Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Okay, we are live, hot, and rolling, guys. First things first, is there anybody who has not yet signed in? Do we have everybody's name on the sign-in sheet now? Okay, then. Tell you what, let's get the meeting opening ceremonies out of the way. I know that we chose right as they were delivering your dessert. I apologize for that. But we're going to go ahead and kick the tires and light the fires and try to see if we can get this flight off the ground. So, if you don't mind, I would like to ask everybody to give a nice warm hand to Cliff and Esther Braden for arranging this meeting and hosting it for us today. It is getting ever harder for us to find a venue that can accommodate us at the peak of lunch traffic on Saturday morning. So I appreciate their efforts, and we will discuss later in the meeting what our next venue will be. I'd also like to ask everyone to rise and uncover for the flag. And as we're done with this, is there anybody who would like to lead the invocation? A volunteer, please. Esther again. Thank you very much. Okay, so the flag is up here, and I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hooah! Thank you very much. Esther?
Thank you, Lord, for all the blessings you bestow upon us. We thank you for the food we be digested. We pray for all those that couldn't attend due to illness, Lord, or because they're missing loved ones. We thank you for the fellowship between our group here as we uplift each other as we continue to lose members, Lord. We know that they're with you in heaven now, and we pray for those that are missing them. In Christ's name, amen.
Amen. All right. Thank you, guys. Be seated. Okay. Want to welcome all the members and associates here for the chapter. We are in a membership renewal season, so I want to thank everybody who took time to join us today. Do we have anybody joining us for the first time today? Any first-time visitors? Introduce yourself.
And you have to do a song afterward.
That's right. Old soft shoe. Yeah.
I'm Alan Cornwell. This is my wife, Erin. We're visiting from the IE chapter, and we met a lot of you at the reunion, and we just wanted to come out and say hi and give our thanks for how kind everyone's been.
What's your name again?
Alan Cornwell.
Thank you. All right, everybody, welcome to Cornwell's, our new meeting. Thank you. And by the way, Alan, we strongly encourage cross-pollination among the chapters. So most of us are members of multiple chapters, and you're free to join our chapter as well.
As for the first meeting, now they get the bill, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we forgot to mention that earlier. But we've already clued the wait staff in, so don't be surprised when the check comes. Okay, thank you guys. Welcome to the new members. Is there anybody here attending their third meeting and desirous of membership? We welcomed Sam Martinez last month, and unfortunately he doesn't seem to have been able to join us today, but we have a new member for the chapter as well. And what were you trying to clear your throat to get my attention for? Is this Brett's third meeting?
At least.
Oh, well, the chapter, the reunion. Oh, that's right. This is his third. That's right, because he was here last month. That means Brett is eligible for membership again. Thank you. So, I'll be getting some forms to you, my friend, and we'll get you hooked up with your Forbes membership, too. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. This is your third membership, third meeting as well?
Yeah.
If the reunion does count. What's your name?
My name is Sean Mayo. This is my third meeting. And happy to be here.
Sean Mayo has hung out through 3 meetings already, guys. And they came back. Can you believe that? All right, Sean, I'll get a link to you so you guys can complete your chapter application, pay your dues, and get you guys all hooked up. Thank you so much. All right. This chapter is really growing well. I'm proud of it. And it's why I chose the topic that I did for the training at the end of the meeting today. Okay, Debbie York is here. How about a sunshine report? There you go, Debbie.
Okay, this month, Bob Callahan, Ken Fortune, and Craig Honoroff have birthdays. Is there anybody else in the room that has a birthday? Okay, happy birthday to you. And anniversaries, there were none on the paperwork that I have. Is anybody celebrating an anniversary this month?
Wow.
Doesn't look like it. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Okay, I mean, I'd like to ask everybody to sing happy birthday with us. One, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Bob Callahan. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you, Debbie.
Thank you, Rick.
All right. This is where we pause for meal service. Has everybody finished eating? We'll continue. All right. Previous minutes. Secretary Tim Marsh has asked that we waive the reading of the minutes this month. He will distribute them sometime. He will post them sometime later this week. And, of course, as you all know, our meetings are recorded for archival purposes, and the meeting recording is always available. So if you'd like to see the recording of our last meeting, just let me know. I'll send you the link. And if you'd like to see the recording for this meeting, it'll be available. Okay. I'll entertain a motion to waive the reading of the minutes.
Move that we waive the minutes.
So moved. Go ahead, second. It is moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Thank you very much. Moving on. The treasurer's report. The face of Forbes himself. I give you this good-looking guy right here.
Okay. We have in the funds in PayPal, we have $493. And in the bank, we have $173. A total of $666.
Yay! Early on. Yeah, not bad.
Okay. Before the March meeting, we had $185 in the Christmas charity. We brought in $135 for 50-50. And Tim Marsh donated back $50 for the raffle prize. Brings our Christmas charity fund up to $370. With the $370 and the $666, we have $1,000.36 assets.
Excellent. Entertain a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Motion.
So moved. Seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Thank you so much. And while we're on the subject, Bob, did that include today's 50-50 proceeds?
No.
Okay, good. While we're on the subject then, also, in addition to the proceeds from our 50-50 raffle today, I would like to identify and recognize Santa Jim Long. Jim, give us a wave here, my friend. Say hi. In fact, I'll let you guys explain. I'll let him explain to you guys what he's been doing.
So unintentionally, with the white hair and the beard, as I drive around the flower fields down in Carlsbad, is I talk to people about the flowers. I just talk to them if they ask Christmas questions, things like that. I give them short rides along the cart path. It's Ecky's money for the cart. It's Ecky's gas money. He's paying my salary. So when people give me $5, $10 to the likes, I tell them it's going to Breast Cancer Angels. So while Rick was back here today, I gave him $60.
You're here.
And in my car, I'll probably run out to go get it, but I had another $60 because I don't think I'm going to get to the San Diego meeting. So it'll probably be another $60 on top of the $60 that I gave him earlier.
We'll hold it for him.
So it's fun and pleasure. Just unannounced as the little girl's coming out of the bathroom and the parents say, hey, this is my daughter, would you say hi? And Snowflake, the elf on the shelf, said that she'd be here at the flower fields. So as soon as the girl sat down, I came out from behind the trees and I talked to her, and you know, as I was walking away, the father gave me $20 and the mother gave me 20. So,
Wow.
So without any effort it's contribution.
No, but there is effort in your part and always being very conscientious about what you do. So
Well,
don't think there is effort.
I understand that.
This man represents the ABCs. Always be closing. Give them a quick invitation and directions to the fields.
Okay, Flower Fields has another 2 weeks right now. Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays are getting busy because of school activities. Most people, with the exception of Inland Empire, are coming down 5, maybe 73. But you get on to 5 wherever 73 push out down Mission Viejo, below Laguna Niguel area. And it's exit 47 off of 5 South. Stay in the left lane, make a left-hand turn, go over 5. Stay in the left lane because you're going to go through a light as you cross over 5. But then you get to the next traffic light and you're going to see a gas station on your right, but there's going to be what used to be known as P. Soup Anderson's on your left, and that's that big windmill. So it's a new name, it's some kind of food court, it's not a restaurant like it was in the past, but you make a left at that point, stay in the right lane, and the flower fields are going to be right there on your right. So,
Can they call you? Because I know
I was going to
it's a
say,
lot
he
of
sent me a map and directions. Just let me know if you're interested,
Okay,
and I'll
well, let
forward
them
them
know,
to you.
yeah, because
Yeah.
we really appreciate all the information you're gonna, but I know it's gonna go in one ear and out the other.
right, so I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays and Fridays, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays are getting busier because of the school activities. So Pete did pick me up this last month, he and Claire came down, so I was able to take time and give him a personal tour on the golf cart. So, and Pete had a picture taken by people because he had his Santa hat on.
Nice.
All right. Thank you, Senator Jim. Thank you so much. All right. We're out there spreading Christmas cheer everywhere. Always be closet. ABC.
Hey, Rick,
Yes, ma'am.
we just got another 10.
Okay.
For tickets, just to let you know.
Okay, thanks. Okay, moving on to old business. I don't have any old business on the agenda. Is there anybody who would like to renew conversation on a topic that the chapter has previously addressed? Or would you like to discuss something that has happened in your Santa life that you would like us to know about? If not, I will move on to new business. Okay. All right, guys, the pandemic is over. The spring is beginning to warm up. We're starting to get out, and we're acting like a chapter again. Spring is here, and we are really happy to have some events scheduled on the calendar. After our next meeting on the 21st, the entire chapter has been invited to visit the J.P. Maxwell store on Balboa Island. And thanks to the efforts of Kathy Perrone, the Ren Spooner representative will be on site for our visit and will be offering a discount on all Ren Spooner orders. If you have never purchased a Ren Spooner shirt, I envy you if you're able to fit into a 3X. There are no Ren Spooners in my closet, and I think you guys can connect the dots on that reason why. But Ren Spooner is a very desirable shirt. They have a new Christmas design every year, and from what I understand, they wear like iron. Anybody who purchased one 12 years ago is still able to wear it out. So,
We also make like ankle shirts. This is a race spooner.
all right.
Around?
Yeah, I would. Centipede is also modeling a Ren Spooner, a non-Santa themed Ren Spooner. This is from the
Oh, yeah, we have
Angels.
those. We have that exact shirt.
Yeah.
I love that.
Anything Pete wears is.
I know, and we constantly get compliments and want to know where we got it.
Yeah. Sell it, big guy. Sell it. Now show them hungry. Show them hungry.
Pass it around.
All right. Thank you, my friend.
Not everybody can have that beer.
Okay, I don't see Kathy Perone, so I'll go ahead and drop this mention in here. On Sunday, June 5th, the Inland Empire chapter has invited us to a joint chapter outing to watch the Cucamonga Quakes play the Lake Elsinore Storm at Lone Mart Field in Rancho Cucamonga. Tickets for this game are $15 each, 11 each if more than 20 people sign up. And if you're interested, Kathy's number is on the agenda. And if you don't have an agenda to take with you, let me know. I'll be happy to connect you with Kathy Perone. Okay, on Saturday, June 25th, our chapter will host a joint chapter outing to Angels Stadium in Anaheim. This will be the long-awaited return of our halfway to Christmas celebration, which, by the way, was the last event we had to cancel in 2020 due to the pandemic. So,
hey, Rick?
Yes?
Sorry to interrupt you.
No.
What exit do you go when you pull into the parking lot? Where do you go to get into the Big A section?
We're not going to have a tailgate party. There's a funeral that day.
Okay.
For Santa Scott.
Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to mention under this heading. We've had to waive the tailgate party because we have a celebration of life going on that same afternoon, and so many of us will want to attend that.
So when do we get our tickets, and how do we get them?
You give me the money.
I've already given you the money.
We're going to have a picnic on June 18th at Arnold Cypress Park in Cypress, and we'll distribute tickets there.
Okay, what happens if you don't come to the picnic? Then how do you do?
We appreciate your donation.
I've asked everybody for their address when they sign up for tickets. There's a thing called snail mail.
We'll get your tickets to you, my friend. No problem, guaranteed. We live close to each other, so worst case scenario, I'll get your ticket and bring it to you myself.
Okay.
All right.
Pete was just messing around.
Okay. We don't. Okay. Thank you very much. Go ahead. You trying to get by me? Yeah, just give it. Okay, guys. We don't have a meeting venue selected for next month yet. The variables are, if we're going to Balboa Island after the meeting, it might be better to meet somewhere further south. We could return to Rodrigo's again next month, which would be a hop, skip, and a jump back out to Balboa Island. We can come back here again next month. Cliff has really laid the foundation for a long-term relationship with this restaurant, and we're extremely grateful. And we're also open to other suggestions. For instance, Pete has been working on getting us back into Woody's Barbecue in the city of Orange, but we're running headlong into the lunch rush at 11 o'clock, 11:30 in the morning. So if we're going to meet at Woody's, we have to push the meeting time back to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So we have three choices. I'm going to leave it to those three choices for now because we also have other options and I don't want to muddy the water too much. So I'm going to open it to discussion right now if anybody would like to volunteer an opinion regarding the three options for our May meeting, which are return here, return to Rodrigo's, or go to Woody's and have the meeting at 2 p.m. instead of 11 or 11:30. So I'm going to move over here so I can pass the microphone. By the way, I would like you to talk into the microphone for the archival video. Would anybody like to volunteer an opinion on the venue for next month? A is back here, B is back to Rodrigo's, C is Woody's Barbecue at 2 p.m. instead of 11. Yes, Sean.
Just more of a question, really. If we do move it to 2 p.m., is that going to conflict with going to the store?
Yes.
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 That's a good point. Yes, because you can have.
Only score before the math well.
See, Rick, some people do listen to you.
I wish I did, to be honest with you. So another option has been suggested that we go to Balboa's first and then go to Orange for Woody's at 2 p.m. If we were planning on going to Balboa's after the meeting anyway, that would probably be about 2 p.m. that we were getting there anyway. So I'll tell you what, let's scratch Woody's then and decide between A and B. Back here or back to Rodrigo's? Any comments? Here. Who said here? Okay, here. We have. Okay, I tell you what. Show of hands then, if you don't mind. Who would be fine with coming back here next month? Hey, okay. And who would prefer going back to Rodrigo's? Okay, actually it's 10 to 9 and a couple of people voted twice, but I'm fine with that. Okay, one more time, guys, one more time.
Somebody's behind you.
Option A, coming back here next month. Raise your hands. Coming back here next month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Going back. I did not count your hand. Although, if you give me $10, I'll sign you up for the chapter. Okay. Option B, going back to Rodrigo's next month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12. Okay, it's back to Rodrigo's next month, guys. Thank you guys so much for helping us decide that. Democracy lives. Okay. That takes care of the new events coming up. Everybody that is interested in the Angels game, please catch up with Santa Pete North. He will collect for your tickets. We've already pre-purchased the first 20 tickets. I think he has almost sold those 20 tickets. So we will pay for the next batch of 20 and make sure that we have 40 tickets for the meeting.
You forgot about
the night that we were at the ball game, I am the official.
I am so sorry. Your host for today's chapter meeting, Cliff Braden, is actually the official Angel Santa this year. And, again, I should say, right? And Senor Claus will be there to give him some moral support. And she'll even pose for a picture with him if you want her to. And I will also let you guys know that the Windswept Farms is providing reindeer for the Halfway to Christmas event. So it'll be a big night. You guys don't want to miss it.
And I tell you, it's a really, if you get to the reindeer, where the reindeer wranglers are, it's kind of neat to take a picture with them dressed up with Santa. If you bring your little hats or your outfits. So, I mean, we show those kids to the kids. There's a real reindeer. And at one point, they would allow us to go behind the gate. I don't know if they do that this year.
Where's it at?
And they do, well, we don't know where they're going to put us. Because everything at Angel Stadium has changed. Whatever used to be, we can't see as the same anymore.
I know.
So I'm not going to tell you where it's going.
Although Pete has gotten us into the same section that we were using last time we were here. Yes, Sean.
I guess my question is for the reindeer truck you got. Is it a full regalia type, you know?
Santa casual, I suppose, would be more appropriate. You probably don't want to bring your splendiferous outfit to a sporting event.
It's going to get
At least I
hot.
wouldn't, anyway.
Keep the weather in mind, because you'll be roasting out there.
June?
Yeah.
So Santa casual, it's not fair to Cliff?
Take 2.
That's true.
That's true also. You don't want to be the second Santa in full regalia on the property.
So all I'm saying, if you want to wear the hat, bring the
Right.
hat with you. It's a great opportunity to take pictures with the reindeer. Even if you're behind the gate, it's kind of neat that you're leaning over and somebody takes your picture. And it's kind of neat to show the kids it's a real reindeer.
And if she'll let you near the reindeer, then you should take advantage of the opportunity. Okay, that takes care. Is there any further new business that anybody would like to bring to the chapter's attention? Yes, Santa Jim, hang on, let me get to you. There you go.
So I was talking to Shar Martin, and she reminded me of the 2023 Santa Cruz. And she said right now there's about 6 staterooms, sea cabins left. So if anybody wants it, the reminder is that the ticket prices are good through the 2nd of May. They do expire, so if somebody decides to want to go after the 2nd of May, she can still get you tickets or a cabin or a sea room, whichever you want to call it. But the price would have to be negotiated because our set prices are already in there. So for those people, because there's a few I've heard, not from this chapter, but they're still interested, but they haven't committed. So please keep that in mind. She says she's got 6 cabins right now. And secondly, if anybody is going on a cruise by themselves, she does have another Santa named James, not me, that is interested in sharing a cabin split cost.
I like to like, well, not me.
Well, I've already got a...
You sure it's not Joseph Cluse you're thinking about? Okay, then we might need to put them together because Joseph is looking to share also.
Okay, well she said James, but okay, she was just in different directions. So, okay, so just a reminder, Santa Cruz 2023, the end of January, the 31st, 2 days, I believe, in Cabo San Lucas.
Yep.
And I think she said it's 3 days at sea, but whatever.
Okay.
Hey, Rick?
Yes.
I would like to thank everybody who donated prizes for the raffle.
Oh, yes.
I would just like to say thank you to everybody who donated prizes for the raffle and have done since the reunion. You guys have been outstanding with your donations. Please keep up the good work. I know as I'm cleaning out my house, or as I take my walks during the weekend, I always come across a garage sale, and I buy a lot of neat stuff. As a matter of fact, I've gotten some antiques that I kept. Santa antiques, bobblehead bank, and I look it up, and it's going for like $60. So I got it for $1. But anyway, there's a lot of neat things that you guys are bringing. I love the variety, the shirts, the candles, a lot of stuff that's coming through. Please keep up the good work, and thank you for the donations.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, and to recap what Santa Jim was saying, our room block for the 2023 reunion cruise is the early bird discount for our room block will be expiring on May the 2nd. You want to get with Sharon Martin before that if you would like to take advantage of the least expensive opportunity that you will have for this cruise. The prices will go up slightly, inevitably, after the 2nd, but rooms will still be available. Last I heard, we had about 60 cabins rented with almost 90 people on our cruise, so we're doing pretty well. It's going to be a great cruise this year. All right. Without any further ado, I wanted to throw this in here. It's on the agenda. Since it's almost May, I found this little historical fact that you guys might be interested in. Most people don't know that back in 1912, Kraft mayonnaise was manufactured in England. In fact, the Titanic was carrying 12,000 jars of the condiment scheduled for delivery in Veracruz, Mexico, which was to be the next port of call for the great ship after its stop in New York. This would have been the largest single shipment of mayonnaise ever delivered to Mexico. But as we know, the great ship never made it to New York. It hit an iceberg and sank, and the cargo was lost forever. The people of Mexico, who were crazy about mayonnaise and were eagerly awaiting this delivery, were disconsolate at the loss. Their anguish was so great that they declared a national day of mourning, which they still observe to this day. The National Day of Mourning occurs each year on May 5th, and of course is known as Cinco de Mayo. It's got to be true because I Googled it. All right, guys. Last thing on the agenda before we close the meeting and move on to the raffle is the training session that I promised you guys. Let me see where I put the recruiting cards. Okay, I meant to reorder these and make sure that we had enough to hand out to everybody, but I have been handing these out at the meetings fairly consistently all year long. So if you don't have any, you can grab a couple from me before we leave. And I wanted to make sure that you guys have at least one of these cards on you at all time. This chapter is growing organically. We've added 5 new members since the first of the year, and this is how the chapter is going to transit into the future. We inevitably have some attrition due to retirement or taking the last sleigh ride, and if the chapter is going to continue to prosper into the future, we need to recruit new members as well. So, this is the recruiting card that we've been using for a number of years. It's a perfect icebreaker. I have them with me at all times. When I worked the Festival of Arts during the summertime, I handed out 25 of these last year, and 4 of them became members. So it's a pretty good conversion rate, and it's also a great icebreaker. I ran into Ralph's the other day, and as I was coming back out, I saw a guy in the parking lot, just a really nice beard, and I was in a hurry, didn't even have time to stop and talk to him, but I did take time to hand the card to him, and I said, anybody ever tell you look a lot like Santa Claus? And he said, I was going to say the same thing to you. And I said, well, would you like to be Santa Claus? I'm part of a fraternal order of Real Bearded Santas, and we train professional Santas all year long, and we will try to help you find employment opportunities in season as well. Recruiting is super easy. It is as easy as handing them the card and pointing out to them that on the back of the card, on the reverse side, is the contact information for the order. If they just go to the website, if you can just get them to turn this over and go to the website listed, the website will do all of the work from that moment on. So they can complete the registration forms, they can pay their dues, they can apply for their background check. All of it begins by simply clicking the link and going to the website. That's the end of your job. If you can just hand them the card and get them to read the back and click on that link, then you have done your job. And I will tell you what my most successful recruiting line is, and I've been using it for a number of years. If they seem just the slightest bit reluctant when I say, would you like to be Santa Claus? And they're like, oh, I don't know, I've never even thought about it, maybe not. I like to say, well, you know, there's a lot to be said for letting Christmas pay for itself every year. It used to be one of my most significant savings challenges as a family man. Since I became a professional Santa, Christmas has started to pay for itself, and Christmas has gotten a lot better for my family. So if we can just get them interested in going to the website and pointing out to them also that we have monthly meetings. Each one of the chapters in San Diego and the Inland Empire and Orange County, we meet monthly, and it's a great opportunity for socializing. And that's how a lot of people first discovered the fraternal order, is somebody walking up and handing them one of these recruiting cards. So again, I want to encourage you guys to stop by. If you don't have any of these cards with you, please grab a couple of them and make sure you have at least one in your wallet at all times, because you never know when you'll run into the next member of Santas of the OC. Okay, that was the end of our training session. I will have another training session for you guys. Had I known Bob Osterhout was going to be here, I would have asked him to give us a quick lesson on beard care because he is our guru for that. Bob, maybe next month you can give us a few minutes on beard care and feeding of Santa's beard? Yeah, sure. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Love you, brother. All right, guys. I have nothing else. Is there anything anybody else would like to bring to the attention of the chapter before we proceed with the raffle? If not, I will hand this over to our raffle queen, Senor Claus.
I do want to thank Pete North for all your efforts in getting that the seating at the stadium. That is always a really good time because we have different chapters join us. And I usually bring somebody, either our kids or adult kids, or I invite friends and we get tickets, and we love the experience of being in the Santa. I still remember when we sat up there with the Santas. So I hear all those stories constantly. And I see people bring their families. So thank you so much. We really appreciate all above and beyond.
Oh, he is just absolutely crushing it as the vice president for the chapter, guys. And that reminds me, we are in membership renewal season for the chapter right now. I hope that you got the email from me regarding renewing your chapter membership and paying your dues. If you did not get the renewal membership email from me, please let me know so that I can add you to our mailing list. We are renewing the memberships this week, and we began 10 days ago, so we have another 10 days of membership renewal. After that, we will send the ballots out. We will have 15 days to cast your ballot, and we have nominations open right now. So everybody that has already completed their 2023 membership renewal will get a nominations link later tonight or sometime this weekend. And you can go ahead and submit your nominations for chapter officers. I will be more than happy to support anybody who wants to run for chapter office this year, including the presidency. So if you're interested in serving the chapter, if you're interested in learning to serve the chapter, please consider nominating yourself for one of the chapter officers. We have president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. And we have a sunshine secretary and raffle queen as well, but those are voluntary positions.
Raffle queen.
Okay.
Mike, you two, come on in. Step over here, just in case nobody.
Just in case. Wow, I can see.
Just in case. Oh, what? You're gonna have to step over. Just in case you have not seen these two guys, let's give a nice big round of applause. Now, I think you're going to sing it for us, right? You know, Kyle here, I just found out, even before he was hired, he's been wearing a mask, and nobody knows exactly what he looks like. Not even the GM here.
It's on his driver's license.
And then, step over. This is the big kahuna. This is Mike. He's the manager here. Wow. So let's get. I'm sorry.
It's a Mahalo. He's a big kahuna.
I thought I called him by the wrong name
You
again.
have to say the big G.
Oh, the big cheese. That's right.
Oh, that's right.
The different cheese right there.
And he's been generous enough to donate another gift. It's, go ahead and tell what you have here.
Oh, we just got dinner. We got 2 entrees for whoever's being chosen out. We're doing a drawing right there. So 2 dinners here. If this one you're welcome to, or any of our old spaghetti factories. Good for you.
Nice! Thank you!
So, thank you very much, guys. We certainly do appreciate it for all your hard work. In a few minutes, we'll be going out front to go take a picture, and we would love to have the 3 of y'all out there and join us in the pictures as well.
Awesome. Welcome. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
I'll be trying to be good, and I'll see you soon. Right?
And guys, I know that the gratuity was included in your check, but if you would like to contribute just for cash donation for the wait staff, it's in that bucket right there. Please pass that around as well. Thank you very much.
This man needs a card.
A recruiting card?
Yeah.
A recruiting card?
I figure I'm in training this way. I'm a little jelly. I drug my top down so my cheeks are rosy, right? This part I might need a little help. I saw a couple of
I have one question for everyone here. I'm sorry, I just had a brain freeze. Too much for small. How did you guys like this? Was
excellent.
Everything okay?
Yes.
I know there was a little bit of grumbling because we had to pay cash and all of that, but overall, did everybody enjoy it? Was the food good and all that? Did you like it? Okay.
Good and plenty.
Thank you.
We would come back.
And we've got like I said, I know that the gratuity was included in your entry fee, but we're also passing around an ancillary tip bucket in the next room, so if you'd like to add, all of the proceeds in that bucket will go directly to the wait staff personally. And these guys, if you've ever worked as a waiter or a waitress, if you've ever worked for tips, I'll just tell you that it's not tipping I believe in, it's over tipping, because these guys can use your help. I appreciate it. All right, without any further ado, I think that takes care of everything for the meeting. I'd like to get into the minutes what the split was.
Oh, how many?
Yeah, how much did we collect for the chapter, and what are our prices?
$153 is for that to me.
Okay. Plus the 60 from Jim?
No.
153 including that?
No. Plus
okay.
that.
Oh, plus. Okay, so we've got 153 for the 50-50 going to the Breast Cancer Angels. We have $60 additional going to the Breast Cancer Angels. And we have three cash prizes.
It's going to be a 60, a 50, and a 40.
A 60, a 50, and a 40. Those are the three cash prizes. And the table, the prize table is literally groaning. I can hear it underneath the weight of all of those prizes. So we're going to have a really good raffle today, guys. I hope you guys dug deep and bought a lot of tickets. Without any further ado, I'll entertain a motion to end the meeting.
Motion.
So moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you guys for another month.
You forgot to say how many you were